Okay, sorry about yesterday. If you've seen my workout video or my vape video this morning, I was previously occupied with my physician yesterday. Nothing serious, just a checkup, a little thing called a colonoscopy. And before I start the poem, I just want to give you a little spiel here. Look, if you're over 50 years old, you haven't had this done, it's time. Okay, this is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. March is. That's why my profile picture on Facebook is blue. Okay, there's a reason for that because we want to make sure that people are aware that you can prevent colon cancer. You can certainly get it in time. And believe me, you can save yourself a whole bunch of trouble if you do. So please, if you haven't had one, talk to your doctor, get yourself fixed up. By the way, 50 is the recommended age. If you have a history of it in your family, you might want to look at it a little earlier. Okay, well, enough of that. Don't want to bum anybody out. This is the third part of the poem Time Was, coming out of the book Time Was and Other Poems by Frederick Smith, available on Amazon.com. In time the time had come to time, to take the time, to time and wander for a time beyond the timeless moment of infinity, before the time when moments trickling into minutes, pouring into hours, rushing into days, exploding into years of time beyond the blue horizon of the time we spent in knowing that the time will never come when time will tell what time will never tell, and only in the time that time reveals time will time be nothing but the endless blue horizon of infinity, never ending, never ending, never ending time, but all but ending time, by never ending time at all. There is no time, she cried, but found the time to cry out in the time it took for him to find the time, to find the moments trickling into minutes, pouring into hours, rushing into days, exploding into years of timelessness and liquid motion that slowed the rush of time until the ripples passed away, to pass beyond the shores of time, lost in the echoes of time. The time had come to be time for time, and only time marked time, and never knew that time was time until the time that time knew time was time to be time, when time could never be time, to share between the moments trickling into minutes, into hours, rushing into days, exploding into years that never were until the time that time had caused their time to come. Forget the time, she said, but he regarded time. She took to talk of time, as lost, that time could not be discovered to be time, and time had never been, and time would never take the time to be the time that time could not have been until the whole of time had come in time to tell the time that was not time until the time it was. And in the end, time was never really time, but that which time became in time. Only time was after moments, trickling into minutes, pouring into hours, rushing into days, exploding into years that never were before the time, and in time would never find the time to be time, to take the time that knew time and knew it what time it was, for time was not until the time it was. And time it was that time was only moments trickling into minutes, pouring into hours, rushing into days, exploding into years, that lost all sense of time as time passed beneath the mere kaleidoscopic lenses, reflecting nothing but the shadows of the substance of the time, that time was only time, and time was only blank emotions running hot against her moist inferno, unwilling to pretend, not to pretend, that time was not that time, that only time, before the time, it was not time, and that time was not until it was time never ending, and time never ending, time ending, never ending time. Time was. Have a blessed day.